Jrue Holiday is officially a Boston Celtic, man. Coming off a huge trade a couple days ago from the Milwaukee Bucks, where he just said he wanted to retire. Obviously not going to work out that way. Got shipped to Portland. A lot of teams were looking to buy in, and it didn't take any time at all. Boston quickly got a hold of him. They're going to send over Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, and 2 first-round picks. Personally, I think Jrue Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, it's beautiful. The defense is going to be crazy on this roster. But what the fuck are they doing, dude? Boston bought a little too hard. Personally, I don't think Robert Williams was a movable asset for them this summer. He is their only, absolute paint beast, just pure paint beast. And you might be saying, oh, what about Al Horford? Al Horford is 73 years old, he's just old, dude. He's old. You can't rely on age unless you got LeBron or Luka. You gotta have. I love Al Horford, man. I'm a huge fan, but he's not going to be able to keep up with a lot of these guys. He is really strong, but he's one of those. He's going to do like a Draymond thing, You're going to get a lot of him out of the playoffs, but the regular season's going to be rough with him, I feel like. I mean, and obviously he's going to be playing the 5 for him. I don't like Kristaps playing the 5. I've always liked Kristaps playing the 4. They might have him play the 5 now, that they got him. But I definitely think Robert Williams was someone that they needed to keep. Now, looking on the positive end of it, well, no. All right, hold on. So I'm already looking at it from the Blazers' point of view, so let's start with that. They get Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, and 2 first-round picks. You got a little bit of a logjam right there with DeAndre Ayton and Robert Williams. Personally, I'd rather have Robert Williams. This is just me, though. Far better defender, not even close. Going to get you a few more rebounds. He's not as healthy. He gets injured a lot more, but when he's there, I would just rather have him. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. Those are 2 very movable guys that you could get a lot out of if you wanted to look to trade them. You got Malcolm Brogdon to play point guard, shooting guard, a really good combo guard, a very rare 50, 40, 90 guy, super efficient, super smart, high IQ player who's not going to turn the ball over. Although I'm not sure what they plan on doing with him because Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, Anthony Simons, I'm not sure where they plan. They might flip Brogdon, to be honest. I was literally in the middle of just doing all my chores and saw this trade. I had to come in here and get something out. You get 2 first-round picks out of it, which is huge for Portland. I really like that. You might have heard me say it before that Portland is my 3rd favorite team. That's not true anymore. It's now Milwaukee. 3rd favorite team is just wherever Dame is. 3rd favorite team will always be just who is the most fun to watch, and that is always the most fun to watch. It's Dame. But I don't know, dude. I really think the Blazers are having one of the quiet best off seasons of all time. And I say quiet because everyone's like, oh, Portland lost Dame, and now they just lost Jrue Holiday, and they don't have any stars, quote unquote. They got a bunch of unproven talent. That's exactly right. They have a lot of unproven talent. They're gaining draft equity. They got a lot of young guys who have a lot of room for error. You can make a mistake and not worry you're going to get pulled out of the game because they're not fighting for a championship right now. They're fighting for a future. They're fighting each other for minutes and for leadership roles. And I think that's exactly what you want in a rebuilding situation. You got to see who's going to pop out, who's going to be your young stars, who's going to be the glue guys, who's going to fit in those roles. And, this gives you a lot of time. And you're getting draft equity right now. You're getting 2024, that's very next season's pick, and 2029, 5 year. The league's going to be totally different then. This trade will not matter at all in 2029. It'll be so different. And then we'll see this pick and be like, oh shit, do you remember when Jrue Holiday went to the Celtics? That's crazy. 2029, most of these guys are going to be out of the league by then. I really like what the Blazers did with this pick, with this trade, and they didn't need Jrue Holiday. Just in pure honesty, I've said it in another video, I think Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe have potential to be an elite backcourt. I think adding Jrue Holiday to teach them some defense would have been cool, but Jrue Holiday's fighting for a championship now on a defensive-oriented team, so I really like this trade. As far as the Celtics, I think Malcolm Brogdon and 2 first-round picks really could have got it done. Robert Williams was an overpay. They lost a lot of interior defense. They lost their only young big man. They lost Grant Williams this offseason as well, who's a lot of defense all around the court, perimeter and interior. He was a really good glue guy. I've never heard a bad story about Grant Williams. Same thing with Robert Williams. And now that they're both gone, I don't know how. You've got Al Horford needing to step up, even though he's on the verge of retirement. You need him to step up and be a starting caliber big man getting rebounds, because Kristaps is 7'3" and can't get 9 rebounds a game, which is ridiculous to me. And Kristaps also isn't an elite defender, and people are going to look at his stats and be like, oh, he gets 2 blocks a game. But he also allows. People have a low shot percentage against Kristaps, but he allows a good amount of points. People go at him because they know he's either just going to foul them or let him blow by. He's just going to look for the block. So if it's not a block, it's almost always going to be a bucket for the other team. I'm not a huge Kristaps guy. I used to be. Ever since his ankle injury in New York, he just hasn't been the same. I think that if they could have just kept Robert Williams, that Boston would have absolutely fleeced. Or maybe if they could have thrown in a 2024 first, a 2029 first, and then a pick swap or 3 seconds or something. I really and truly feel like they lost too much throwing Robert Williams in that trade. Their interior defense is just going to get hurt so bad. And the team's getting old now. You got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum's are your young core. But Jrue Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, Derek White's not old, but he's definitely not getting any younger. Peyton Pritchard's a young guy. Who do they... Okay, maybe the team's not super old, but you have certainly gotten rid of the youth on the team. Let me put it like that. By no means am I saying that the Celtics got worse making this trade, because adding Jrue Holiday is going to, by far, you lose a lot of interior defense with Robert Williams, but Jrue Holiday is the best perimeter defending point guard in the NBA. If you want to talk about it, Jrue Holiday is a shooting guard. He's the best perimeter defending shooting guard in the NBA, bar maybe Marcus Smart, but I still want Jrue Holiday over Marcus. I think the Celtics made an interesting move. Not going to say that I love it. I would probably give them a C on this trade. As of right now, obviously, they're not done making moves. They could do something. Well, they might be done making moves, but there's no guarantee that they're done making moves. They could easily do something that'll switch my mind. For the Blazers, this is an A-plus trade. You didn't need Jrue Holiday, and you got 4 very, very valuable assets out of one single trade. Good shit. I'm really interested to see how this one works out. My prediction for starting lineups now would probably be, for the Blazers, I'm going to see Scoot at the 1, Scoot at the 1, Anthony at the 2, Shaden at the 3, with Jeremy Grant at the 4 and DeAndre Ayton at the 5, Robert Williams as 6-man, Malcolm Brogdon as 7. Damn, that team is deep, dude. And then again, they might have Anthony Simons come off the bench, let Shaden Sharp play shooting guard, and then you have Malcolm Brogdon and Anthony Simons as you got a whole. They have 4 guards who all need PT, so I'm not sure how that part's going to work out, but the 3 through 5 are sort of predictable. You threw 2 first-round picks in there, that's amazing. As far as the Celtics, you got Jrue Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. And then normally I would say Kristaps and Robert Williams, but I'm going to say Jrue. Are they going to put Derek at the 2 and let Jalen 3, Tatum 4, Kristaps 5? I'm not exactly sure what the Celtics are going to do. Like I said, I want to see if they do anything else. Sorry that this chair sounds like pure death. I think that this trade is really interesting for the league. I think it's a really huge W for the Blazers, and I think that it's a huge chance for the Celtics that could pay off. I appreciate all of you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video, and just remember that my name is Dustin, and I'm coming at you with all the info on and off of the court because I'm going beyond the arc. Have a good day. I love all of you. Stay blessed.